Hello, and welcome to Reliability Report. I'm John Bailey. The 2018 SMRP conference wrapped up in late October in Orlando, Florida. The annual conference for maintenance and reliability professionals saw a record turnout of 1,230 attendees. Exhibitors from technology, training, consulting, and more showed off what they have to offer during the event, including companies like UE Systems, Fluke, Rockwell Automation, and Reliability Report sponsor, Iridicio. The conference officially kicked off with the keynote speech from acclaimed astronaut Mark Kelly. Mr. Kelly skillfully balanced delivering serious messages mixed with a considerable amount of humor. Workshops were in high attendance, and sessions were packed, some with hundreds of attendees listening to what the experts had to say. There was even a reliability podcast doing live recordings with those who wanted to chat with host James Kovacic. James told me that he did nearly 20 interviews in just 2 days. Adrian Messer of UE Systems won the award for Volunteer of the Year. The conference closing session speech was delivered by Doc Palmer, author of the Maintenance Planning and Scheduling Handbook. Next year's SMRP event will take place October 7th through the 10th in Louisville, Kentucky. ST Engineering has just announced a massive expansion to its airframe facility in Pensacola, Florida. The Singapore-based company opened a $46 million facility at the site in this past June, which has overhauled 25 aircraft since its launch. Now, ST Engineering plans to develop a facility adjacent to its existing operation, which will be more than triple the size and at a price tag of $210 million. ST Engineering will only put up $35 million of the development cost of the new facility, with the rest paid for by the city of Pensacola, the state of Florida, and several other state and federal organizations. In the U.S., ST Engineering has 2 other operational bases in Mobile, Alabama, and San Antonio, Texas. On the other side of the Gulf, a new manufacturing plant in Tampa, Florida means hundreds of new jobs for that area. October 26 was the grand opening of Advanced Airfoil Components. Now, production at the facility will start ramping up as the company is looking to add 350 workers to the existing 75 over the next 5 years. The location will be producing precision metal components made using wax patterns and molds. The blades and vanes made at the plant are parts for gas turbines, the heart of a power plant producing energy for homes and businesses. Local leaders say the plant is a huge win for the county. In Ohio, a plant expansion will add 300 jobs in the town of Kettering. Tenneco will nearly double its workforce as part of a $61.5 million investment that significantly expands the plant. Tenneco officials confirmed that move Friday, saying that the investment in its Kettering plant is part of an initiative to realign its manufacturing footprint to, quote, enhance operational efficiency and respond to changing market conditions and capacity requirements, end quote. Kettering's win comes at a cost, however. Plants in Georgia and Ontario will close in the second quarter of 2020, according to Tenneco officials. Last month, the company also closed a plant in Nebraska, causing the loss of 500 jobs. Allied Reliability announced that CRN, a brand of the Channel Company, has honored Allied with a 2018 IoT Innovators Award. The second annual IoT Innovators list recognizes North American solution providers and systems integrators whose design and implementation of groundbreaking solutions placed them at the forefront of the IoT era. Allied Reliability's IIoT condition monitoring solution, Smart Reliability, enables condition monitoring and predictive maintenance for equipment used in manufacturing and process plant operations. Smart Reliability takes a failure mode approach to condition monitoring. Allied has collected over 2 decades of failure mode data from over 3 million assets. Allied uses this database as a practical, experience-based foundation for smart reliability. An Australian startup with fewer than 10 employees developed an award-winning envelope inspection software. The company is called Scanned, and it uses machine learning to find and classify defects based on drone footage. Scanned mapped an entire university campus's building envelope without needing to put a single worker up on a building rooftop, creating a complex and easily searchable 3D mesh map. According to the company, this software could lead to safer and more productive building inspections, minimizing risk and reducing costs, without sacrificing data quality. Lockheed Martin has been named as the first organization to be certified to UL 3400, a set of safety guidelines addressing hazards associated with additive manufacturing facilities. The certification was issued to Lockheed Martin's Additive Design and Manufacturing Center in Sunnyvale, California. UL 3400 was published in 2017 by UL, a global safety consulting and certification company headquartered in Northbrook, Illinois. UL 3400 takes into consideration 3 layers of safety: material, equipment, and the facility as a whole. The guideline references applicable standards from OSHA, the National Fire Protection Association, UL, and ASTM International, among others. The guideline was created with the global market in mind and covers the potential hazards and risk mitigation measures required for the safe functioning of the facility. Lockheed Martin's Additive Design and Manufacturing Center is said to be unique among the company's additive facilities. Additive manufacturing has experienced substantial growth in recent years, particularly with metals and alloys that can be 3D printed from powder. This growth is accompanied by new safety risks specific to the material, equipment, and overall operation of the facility. Bright Machines, a San Francisco automation startup, recently got a $179 million Series A. The startup wants to bring a software-driven approach to robotics, one that would let you take dumb robotics and make them automated to perform a set of tasks, taking advantage of artificial intelligence and machine learning in ways that they say most manufacturing companies simply aren't equipped to handle right now. With already more than 300 employees, the company brought in CEO Amar Hans Paul, who was most recently co-CEO of Autodesk. While he acknowledges we have seen a move towards automating the factory floor for decades, they are attacking an area that up until now has been underserved by robotics because the technology simply wasn't ready to handle it. The other differentiator is in their pricing, as they are bringing a subscription model to the market, which they believe will give customers quick setup with lower cost and less hassle than they would face with traditional approaches. Austria's manufacturing activity grew at its weakest pace in over 2 years in October, according to survey data from UniCredit Bank and IHS Markit. Manufacturers continued to increase their workforce numbers in October, often citing efforts to expand capacity. Nonetheless, the pace of job creation was its weakest since February last year. One of Britain's biggest business lobbying groups is calling for a 5-year Brexit transition period, saying the government's post-Brexit trade plans have failed. The EEF, which speaks for over 20,000 UK manufacturing businesses, said last month that the UK's failure to agree to terms with the World Trade Organization means the industry needs more time to prepare for life outside the EU. The UK tried to fast-track a WTO deal on future trading agreements, but was blocked last week by 20 countries. It means Britain must now undertake time-consuming negotiations with a range of different parties. Currently, the UK has a 21-month Brexit transition period from the date of Brexit. During the transition period, the UK will continue to follow many EU regulations. The EU has said it is willing to extend the transition period to give both sides more time to adjust to the new reality. And finally, just because you're 240 miles above Earth doesn't mean you shouldn't get to partake in Halloween festivities. The crew on the International Space Station posted these pictures to Twitter last Wednesday, showing they refuse to be left out of the fun. The 3 crew members are currently scheduled to return to Earth on December 13th. That's your reliability report. If you have news you want to share, send us a message to the address on your screen. Also, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss a broadcast. Until next time, I'm John Bailey. Have a great day.